Welcome to Some Guy Named Randy Tries to Host the Podcast. I'm your host, Elon Schmuck, and I'm here with my guest co-host, Soilo. Trump has been back in the White House for a little more than 2 months now. He's been on the news multiple times a day, every day since.
Consecutively.
It's a strategy called flooding the zone. The idea is to have as much news as possible in a short amount of time to purposely overwhelm us.
So he's running the administration like a fucking person trying to build up their Instagram followers and shit.
Yo, this is actually a strategy Vladimir Putin used since he first won. The news that's been coming out lately isn't even news they're releasing on purpose. It's just them making themselves look stupid.
Mistakes.
Just recently, a reporter from The Atlantic was in a group chat.
Sure.
The Trump administration accidentally texted me its war plans.
Yo, why was he even involved in that fucking group?
Everyone's confused. He kept getting updates. He thought it was fake. But once he saw bombs actually started dropping, and he's like, oh shit, this is real. They were celebrating with emojis with a
I thought this was fake.
fist pump emoji, American flag emoji, fire emoji.
This is like your mom sending you a thumbs up for a recipe video you sent. And then they wonder why new fucking terrorist organizations pop up. Because they don't take this shit seriously.
They may have violated the Espionage Act. Mike Waltz set some of the messages in the Signal group to disappear after 1 week. Text messages about official acts are considered records that should be preserved.
Woo!
So who knows how long they've been doing this?
That's what I was thinking right now. Well, it lets you know the thought process of who he hired.
Based on the information we know about Trump, how do you think he would respond to this?
You know, they were just trying to get information in between them, but hey, it happens sometimes.
All right, well, he responded like this.
That's an app that a lot of people use, and somebody got on. I mean, happened to know the guy's a total sleazebag. The Atlantic is a failed magazine. Does very, very poorly. Nobody gives a damn about it. This gives it a little bit of a shot. And I will tell you this, that they've made up more stories, and they're just a failing magazine. The public understands that.
You thought he was going to admit they fucked up?
I would have thought he would have been like, well, my guys made a mistake. But yeah, I fucked up. And I will take the charge. I fucked up to think that he will take accountability.
He never admits when he's wrong.
He's a regular Hispanic father.
It was already confirmed by their team. He's not talking to us. He's talking to his followers who believe everything he says.
And they're like, okay, you're right. He's a sleazeball.
Here's the director of the CIA.
Director Radcliffe, this was a huge mistake, correct?
No.
A national... No,
Let me answer.
No, Director
The
Radcliffe,
reason
I
I
asked
say
you a yes
no-
or no question, and now you hold on. A national political reporter
You can characterize it how you want.
was made privy
The White
to
House has
sensitive
made clear
information about
that there
imminent
was an
military
inadvertent
operations against a
mistake,
foreign terrorist
inadvertent
organization.
mistake of adding a reporter.
And that wasn't a huge
to
mistake?
assume.
That wasn't a huge
Well, I
mistake?
think they characterize
This is
it as
an
a mistake.
embarrassment. This is utterly unprofessional. There's been no apology. There has been no recognition of the gravity of this error. And by the way, we will get the full transcript of this chain, and your testimony will be measured carefully against its content. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
He deadass just said, no.
He said, no.
Holy shit. Holy shit, man.
So the journalist, the very next day, he dropped another article with even more screenshots. He's like, oh, you say I'm bullshitting. It's almost like he anticipated.
Yeah, he planned this shit. He's more calculated than the fucking government, son.
Mike Waltz, the guy who added the journalist to the group chat, he had to admit, yeah, I fucked up. But I don't know how his number got in the group chat. I don't know him. I don't text him. Wired magazine then discovered Mike Waltz left his Venmo friends list public. A Wired analysis shows that the account revealed the names of hundreds of Waltz's personal and professional associates, including journalists, military officers, lobbyists, and others. Information a foreign intelligence service or other actors could exploit. The White House declined to comment after being presented with Wired's findings, but the accounts went fully private afterward.
Finally. This is like when your grandpa asks you how to use his phone and you don't help him, and all of a sudden his social security number gets out.
One of the members of the group chat was TG, which people think stands for Tulsi Gabbard.
Okay.
She's supposedly very pro-Russia, and she just got confirmed as director of intelligence. So the day before the bombing in the group chat on Twitter, she posted this. Any unauthorized release of classified information is a violation of the law and will be treated as such. So everyone's like, oh, so you're gonna arrest yourselves?
Why is a government official posting on Twitter? So
You don't have to post everything. I don't know what is up with this generation.
holy shit.
The NSA warned of vulnerabilities in Signal app a month before Houthi strike chat.
So someone actually smart told them, yo, this might happen if you use this app. And they're like, nah, this is too convenient.
I noticed people kept reposting this group chat story with like a misleading title about how Pete Hegseth is in charge for ratting the guy to the group chat. But it wasn't him, it was Mike Waltz. When he was asked about the situation, he just denied it and attacked the journalist.
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again. So this is the guy that peddles in garbage. This is what he does. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
The NSC said it was authentic.
It wasn't me. I didn't fist bump them.
I noticed people kept bringing up Pete Hegseth just to make fun of his alcoholism.
Okay.
Alcoholism isn't funny, but it is important to know information about who's going to be the security, the defense security. Yeah. Here's him during the confirmation hearing.
One of your colleagues said that you got drunk at an event at a bar and chanted, "Kill all Muslims." Another colleague, not anonymous, we have this, said that you took co-workers to a strip club. You were drunk, you tried to dance with strippers, you had to be held off the stage, and one of your employees in that event filed a sexual harassment charge as a result of it. Now, I know you denied these things, but isn't that the kind of behavior that, if true, would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator, anonymous false charges.
They're not anonymous. And I'll just conclude and say this to the chairman. You claim that this was all anonymous. We have seen records with names attached to all of these, including the name of your own mother. So don't make this into some anonymous press thing.
Yo, your old mom went, he ain't shit. I birthed him. I raised him. I'm sorry. He ain't shit. Allegedly.
But anyway, this was the confirmation hearing, and he got confirmed
to be a sucio boy.
He was a host on Fox News who bragged about not washing his hands.
So he actually is a sucio boy. Yo.
I don't think I've washed my hands for 10 years. Really, I don't really wash my hands ever.
Help me.
No, I inoculate myself. It's not, germs are not a real thing. I can't see them, therefore they're not real.
So you're becoming immune to all of the
exactly,
bacteria.
I can't get sick.
This motherfucker radiates disgustingness.
10 years worth of wiping his ass is just built up.
Picking his nose, scratching his dick. Yo, strippers, fucking grabbing strippers and shit.
This is the third episode in a row I have shown this clip. People go out of their way to make fun of his alcoholism. I go out of my way to remind y'all he doesn't wash his hands.
He's dirty as shit.
One day, live on TV, he had an axe throwing segment and he almost killed somebody.
Due to his slippery hands from germs, probably.
With the axe. Who's going to win this battle with the lumber?
Yo!
I'm putting my money on Clayton.
Ooh, shit. Right in the fucking elbow, too.
It bounced off the floor first, so if it didn't bounce off the floor...
My bad. Yo. And they kept form. It hurt so much, he got out of formation. And they kept playing. It's like, yo.
He left. He's like, fuck this shit.
His tendon snapped probably and shit. I'm about to get a fucking lawsuit on this motherfucker.
He actually sued.
Yes.
He
I
sued
would have. Damn. Holy shit.
Donald Trump ordered an administration off of Temu. Like, what the fuck?
To the world stage, these are who are possessing us. We apologize.
Enough with the Pete Hegseth, the greatest hits. So let's get back to this year. For a while now, people have been joking about how Trump is a Russian asset. When Zelensky came to the White House and Trump yelled at him, that kind of added more fuel to the fire. Then, like 2 days after that, it came out on the news. Pete Hegseth orders a halt to offensive cyber operations against Russia.
But what? I don't even know what to say. Doesn't that mean that they're still gonna be doing their shit against us? Yo, we gotta learn Russian.
A senior U.S. defense official declined to comment on the decision due to operational security concerns.
Yeah, he didn't want to fall out of a window.
So they're not telling us why they're doing this shit. They're just
He
like,
didn't want to accidentally fall on some bullets.
So then Trump saw everyone is worrying. So on Truth Social,
Jabroni say,
we should spend less time worrying about Putin and more time worrying about migrant rape gangs, drug lords, murderers, and people from mental institutions entering our country so that we don't end up like Europe.
We already got them here. We got them here before the migrants. This motherfucker is a gaslight not even expert because it's not even working.
His target audience is not us. It's his cult followers.
The idea of somebody seeing this and going, he's right. You know what, Russians ain't that bad.
During the first time he won, during a rally, people were seen wearing this. I'd rather be a Russian than a Democrat.
So you'd rather be a foreigner than an American.
Other countries are worried. They're like, America's wilding. Trump is trying to take over countries. He's beefing with Greenland and wants to take over. And on the official Congress.gov site, they introduced a bill to name Greenland Red, White, and Blue Land.
Fuck disrespectful, son. That is the laziest, most fucking...
They go out of their way to like be mean,
but they're not good at it. They're like an 80s bully.
They're like, yes.
It's
they
like,
don't
my
know.
Turn.
They
my turn to be in charge. At least be creative with the shit.
Right.
I don't agree with trying to take somebody's fucking country, but if you're gonna take steps towards it, at least.
Why are you being a dickhead about it and expect them to be cool with it? Here's J.D. Vance on Fox News talking about Greenland.
Denmark, which controls Greenland, it's not doing its job and it's not being a good ally. So you have to ask yourself, how are we going to solve that problem, solve our own national security? If that means that we need to take more territorial interest in Greenland, that is what President Trump is going to do because he doesn't care about what the Europeans scream at us. He cares about putting the interests of America's citizens first.
Now it makes sense why he's trying to be friends with Putin. He's one of the only few people who's publicly just taking other people's lands.
Trump isn't a dictator. He has to. He
to
goes out of his way to flex his power, not thinking of how that does the opposite effect.
It's a country. It's not a I feel like he's seeing the world stage as a fucking conference at a fucking company.
Okay. So then his wife, Usha, announced she's going to Greenland, and Greenland is tight. Usha Vance's upcoming visit to Greenland is angering its leaders.
They want you to come here.
Their visit is being viewed by Greenland officials as an escalation in the Trump administration's ongoing push to assert control over Greenland. She's going to Greenland to celebrate the long history of mutual respect and cooperation between our nations and to express hope that our relationship will only grow stronger in the coming years.
She delusional?
Greenland's outgoing prime minister called the visit highly aggressive. After all this talk of visiting Greenland, a hat went viral where it says, "Make America go away."
I'd wear that shit too.
Like, I'm American, but I'm on their side here.
Yo, leave us alone. What the fuck are y'all doing?
JD Vance heard everyone is so excited about her visiting.
They made a hat for you.
So he said this.
Hey guys, it's J.D. Vance, the vice president, and you know there was so much excitement around Usha's visit to Greenland this Friday that I decided that I didn't want her to have all that fun by herself, and so I'm going to join her.
I want tomatoes thrown at me too to Greenland.
Holy shit.
Wow.
It's like a bunch of predators. I don't even know what the hell to say.
Yeah. They're also trying to take over Canada. I love Fox News because I think it's important to watch news that I don't agree with.
Keep up with your enemies.
Exactly. Fox News is very little news and mostly just hot takes. So here's how Fox News feels about taking over Canada.
But the fact that they don't want us to take them over makes me want to invade. I want to quench my imperialist thirst.
I told her I was hard. She said ew, and that made me harder.
Why would you say that? Who is this guy? I've seen him multiple.
Yeah, I've shown him on this podcast multiple times.
Why do you think that's a good thing to say? Your grandkids. I was like, look at his face.
He's smiling and shit.
Shit-eating grins. I want my sword to have some blood.
Bro, like, imagine being a Canadian listening to this.
They're going to open up their gun laws. Fucking like, America's coming here?
The thing is, he has said this multiple times.
Because the fact that they don't want to become part of America makes me want to make them.
Yo. What in the colonialism? What in the apartheid?
Again,
this seems like a parody.
It's not news. It's entertainment. That's the way I see it.
This is fucking, what is it again? Idiocracy, son.
He then interviewed the premier of Ontario and brought this up.
You say that Americans don't have a problem with Canadians, and we don't. But it seems like you have a problem with us. Because if I were a citizen of another country and I was a neighbor of the United States, I would consider it a privilege to be taken over by the United States of America. That's what everybody else in the world wants, American citizenship. For some reason, that's repellent to you Canadians. And I find that personally offensive, Premier.
He is. He's laughing.
He's like, smiling. He's like, you silly American. Like, yo, Canadians deadass thought Trump was joking.
How this guy still has a job, son? Why the fuck?
Anyways,
do you think it's okay? Yo, I fear for his family life, son. We should investigate him, son.
There's a clip where he's on live TV talking about how he first started dating his wife.
When I was trying to get Emma to date me, first thing I did, let the air out of her tires. She couldn't go anywhere. She needed a lift. I said, hey, you need a lift? She hopped right in the car.
Does she know this story?
No, she doesn't know this story.
Does she watch the show?
The Jesse Jr. does.
You're
basically the Zodiac Killer.
It has a happy ending.
Really?
Yes, we're married.
Boy.
Did you really do that?
Is that the first time you did it, or did you use that before?
It works like a charm.
Oh, okay. Kathy Lee Gifford joins us.
Yo, he's Dennis from fucking fucking Ted Bundy ass motherfucker. I knew I didn't trust him from his face, and now it's facts backing it up. But the fact that he says it on television,
like, why
on the news?
And so, anyways, okay, so Trump ain't fucking around. He actually wants to take over Canada. So then, I guess over time, Canada slowly started figuring it out. And when they did, his attitude switched up.
He's underestimating the Canadian people, the resilience of the Canadian people, and the strength of the Canadian people. But if they want to try to annihilate Ontario, I will do everything, including cut off their energy, with a smile on my face.
New York gets a lot of power from Canada.
This is buffoonery at its highest caliber, son. We're getting the Canadians upset.
Son. People are going to follow along with whatever the fuck he does. People say it's not a cult. We're just passionate.
So were those in Jonestown.
Trump appointees asked about the moment of their MAGA revelation in applications. Like it's a big part of Project 2025 is Christian values. They just want everyone to be Christian.
What I find crazy is how they don't see them pushing it on the rest of the country who doesn't. Because from what I remember growing up, it's you could follow whatever you want here.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're like, you could do what you want, but just remember, we're number one though. You could believe whatever mancy-pancy shit that you believe in, but just know, Jesus is numero uno. Don't forget. This is hood shit 101. This is Nino Brown as a country.
Trump's task force order is latest in efforts to boost Christian nationalism.
Nationalism, son.
Look at this. They're cracking down on anti-Christian bias. For the head of the White House Faith Office, he picked Paula White. She's his spiritual advisor. She's a pastor and televangelist. Some Christians are mad because they say she's not a real Christian. She just wants money. And then other Christians, they're okay with all that. They're just mad that she's a woman.
The Bible said you should be seen but not heard.
For Easter, she announced for $1,000, she could put in a good word with God and bless you with 7 supernatural blessings.
She got that speed dial for Jesus.
Starting on April 12th at sundown through Good Friday on the 18th and concluding on Easter Sunday, you can receive these 7 supernatural blessings for you and your house. According to Exodus 23, God will assign an angel to you. He'll be an enemy to your enemies. He'll give you prosperity. He'll take sickness away from you. He will give you long life. He'll bring increase in inheritance, and he'll give a special year of blessing. You're not doing this to get something, but you're doing it in honor to God, realizing what you can receive.
For your special Passover offering of $1,000 or more as the Holy Spirit leads, you will also receive the beautiful 10-inch Waterford Crystal Cross. Don't miss your moment to release 7 supernatural blessings and provision into your life.
I know for a fact that piano guy was like, please make sure my face is not clear. Show my hands if you want to, but do not allow my face to show up on your fucking video.
$1,000 is a pretty good deal.
Take sickness away.
People was like, okay, so let's look at the 7 blessings. She says she will assign an angel to you. God will be an enemy to your enemy. So if you hate Mexicans, God will get rid of Mexicans just for you.
Even though the majority or a good quarter are named Jesus. And they got a tattoo of the cross on them and shit. Yo.
We give you prosperity. Yo, money's going to be raining from this guy.
Take sickness away.
Take sickness away. Yo, you about to die? Not anymore.
Oh, so... But look, you're getting 2 of the same one for that money.
Give you long life.
Cause increase for you. For increase what?
I don't remember what she said. Hold on.
And
hold on, wait.
He'll be an enemy to your enemies. He'll give you prosperity. He'll take sickness away from you. He will give you long life. He'll bring increase in inheritance. And he'll give a special year of blessing.
Only 1 year.
This is a 1-year subscription. You got to pay another $1,000.
You gotta keep it up yourself.
Yeah.
Holy... Not even the fucking Nazis talk like this. No offense to the Nazis, but holy shit.
That's Trump's spiritual advisor. His ex-spiritual advisor.
He had one already?
I didn't know that either. But he was on the news recently. He surrendered on child sexual abuse charges.
He sure knows how to pick them. Holy shit.
Right. That's my man's.
That's my guy. He's the greatest.
Transition to greatness.
He's the greatest at what he does. Most of the places that have the most repressed.
Oh, yes.
They're the most perverted.
MAGA is freakier than us. Freaky ass MAGA US 69 God. Freaky ass MAGA US 69 God.
They're so fucked up that none of the shit lasts because they're just throwing in whoever the fuck shows up for the application.
You heard of Trump derangement syndrome?
No.
That's an insult Trump supporters use to make fun of Democrats for hating Trump and talking about Trump all the time and criticizing him and shit. So, lawmakers push to classify Trump derangement syndrome as a mental illness in Minnesota.
So wait, so to be against him is being made a disorder?
Yeah. The First Amendment is being able to criticize the government without getting in trouble.
I thought that was all these motherfuckers talked about. Freedom of speech.
No. Freedom of speech for them.
For me, not for you.
They'll be calling Democrats snowflakes.
But they fucking want to rip your head off.
Yeah.
You talk bad about.
Exactly. That's an insult to them.
Yeah.
So they think that's an insult to us.
I'm going to say it again. Old enough people know what the hell I'm doing with that song.
So, the very next day after they announced this,
someone got arrested.
Republican who introduced Trump derangement syndrome bill arrested for soliciting a minor. He traveled to meet a 17-year-old he thought he'd met online. But was instead a cop posing as a minor.
You better be crying, motherfucker.
That's how he celebrates. He's married to, he has kids, and
yo, he's about to enjoy that jail cell. So.
Damn, bruh.
Yo, good luck. Or not, never mind. Fuck that shit.
Son.
I wish you the worst of luck possible.
All of a sudden, Trump derangement syndrome isn't a thing anymore. No one wants to talk about it anymore.
Everybody involved was going to get arrested like him. They got Justin. They got Justin, dude.
Trump supporters were trying to say Project 2025 isn't real. Democrats were just making it up to scare people. But then the co-author of Project 2025 has been confirmed to lead the powerful White House budget.
This motherfucker is This is a villain from The Boys?
Yeah. Project 2025 is about Christian values. So part of that is to ban porn. Okay. Now, last year, Russell Vought was caught on hidden camera saying that age verification laws are just pretext to shut down porn sites. He's trying to get rid of porn, but people on Twitter found out his Instagram account is public. And if you look at the accounts he's following, there's someone named XX Chloe Harper XX. And when you go on her profile, she's an OnlyFans model. She makes pornography.
Gooner alert. Gooner alert.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, hold on. He's a good Christian boy. I think he was just doing research.
Okay. By following.
On his public Instagram account.
That's why I wonder about, like, why do they not know to look back at their shit?
Again, they're sending fucking...
It's a bunch of deals.
They're sending war plans and group chats.
That's what I'm saying.
Their Venmo accounts are public. This guy doesn't know. We
They
can
don't know
see
how to
it.
hide their tracks.
So anyways.
Which is good for us, I guess.
He got so embarrassed that he deleted his account.
Okay. Smart. Just getting rid of it is not suspicious.
Yeah. They don't understand technology. But Trump, like, kind of understands it. Like, Trump is trying to be the first crypto president.
Wepa.
He launched a crypto coin. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, you didn't see that?
What the fuck?
He launched a meme crypto coin, Trump coin. It went from $1 to like $70. But then everyone who bought when it was low sold at the same time. So then it crashed.
That's what I thought. I would have done the same shit.
It crashed mad hard. And then since then, it's been falling. The last time I checked, investors lost like $12 billion. But it doesn't matter what price the coin is at because Trump makes money off of transaction fees.
Of course he fucking does.
And I guess his whole family tree thought that was a great idea. So now there's a Melania coin, there's a Barron coin, there's an Eric coin, and the price just went through the same pattern as Trump coin. There's also a Lorenzo coin.
Who's that?
The pastor from the inauguration.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank you, God Almighty! We are free at last!
Right after the inauguration, He decided to use his 15 milliseconds of fame to promote his crypto coin.
I need you to do me a favor right now. I need you to go buy the official Lorenzo Sewell coin. I want you to be able to see politics become manifest, not just in a way where we're praying over political gatherings, but where we're seeing us become the hands and the feet of the Lord Jesus Christ. Would you help me? Would you help us in this endeavor? Would you go and purchase the coin in order for us to do what we need to do in the ministry? We do transportation, housing, education. We heal medical, mental, and dental illnesses. I need you to do me a favor and go and get that coin in order for us to accomplish the vision that God has called us to do in our earth. I give God glory for what he has done, but we know that King's dream can only be fulfilled if we acknowledge that people are living in a nightmare.
Give me money now, please. Don't forget, it's not for him. It's not for Trump.
For Jesus. Jesus accepts crypto.
He is the illest whale in the market, son. Holy shit, son. I gotta put this shit back. I gotta put this shit back. This is serious. Yo.
You know who else has a crypto coin? Onija.
Who's that?
The lady from New York who got stuck in Pakistan and started bossing people around.
I need 20K by this week. Okay? In my pockets. In cash. Listen! You talk too much.
Okay.
We don't know what you're saying.
अच्छा अब ये सारी चीजें हम जो आप अभी देख रहे हैं.
Yeah.
Who did that for her?
Yeah, so I would like to say that I'm launching a Bitcoin under Onija Sales LLC, but it will be run under Nidell Ahmed. Yes, so anything else I would like to clear the air. Anything that you hear that's not true, that's not true, okay? Thank you.
Holy shit.
If you hear this is a rug pull scam like every celebrity crypto coin, it's not true, okay?
If you come to a realization this is bullshit, it's not that.
Sorry to get off topic.
This is the same level of buffoonery though, son. There's nothing different from this and the shit you just showed. This is shenanigans at the highest caliber.
Anyways, back to Trump's cabinet.
So she gonna have a fucking
no. Elon Musk is mad that people are calling him a Nazi. He's about to send lawsuits to people who call him that. You did a salute that looked a lot like a Nazi salute.
No. He was giving his heart. He was giving his heart to the world.
But he didn't decline it. Instead, he made Nazi jokes on Twitter.
Just letting them know you know every important Nazi.
Word, why does he know so much about Nazi names?
Enough to make jokes about them.
Bruh.
I wouldn't do that after that. I wouldn't use
the thing is the thing is he's only bitching now because the Tesla stock has been falling since he did the salute. You're going out of your way to piss off half the country. You're talking shit about Democrats. You're talking shit about diversity. You hate trans people. You're making Nazi jokes. People are boycotting Tesla, and he's confused. He doesn't understand why.
He's delusional.
Son.
Same as everybody else in the administration.
He deadass tweeted this. My companies make great products that people love, and I've never physically hurt anyone. So why the hate and violence against me? Because I am a deadly threat to the woke mind parasite and the humans it controls. Bro, this is why people don't like you. You talk like a fucking villain from Dragon Ball Z or some shit. What the fuck is this?
Sounds like someone who hasn't left a room in a long time. He needs to drink water, son. He sounds like a dehydrated person.
I learned with toxic people, sometimes you can't call them out on their red flags because that doesn't fix their red flags.
Yeah.
It only teaches them to hide their red flags. And then people who haven't clocked their bullshit are going to suffer longer than you. So I'm like, it's actually better for society to just let them think they're right so they can continue to show their red flags until one day they fuck with the wrong person.
He don't see him as red flags. He's just there going, why are you upset at what I'm saying? I'm speaking facts. 100%.
Legalized comedy. People were already boycotting Tesla But at first, it was like buying stickers to put on their cars, saying, I bought this before Elon went crazy. Then people tried to rebrand their cars. They would take a different car brand logo and just slap it on top of the Tesla logo.
Oh, this is American ingenuity at its best.
And then there's this genius. My boy got an exclusive Toyota Cybertruck. People started getting messages like this on their cars.
Look at his face, too. He's fighting.
Some people weren't even getting signs. They were just getting their cars fucked up. Swastikas spray painted onto their cars. I don't like Elon, but
when it comes to destroying other people's property, that's fucked up.
My mans, they hate you.
Delancey Street, right in front of the projects, too. That is on brand for
the project, right?
People then started blowing up Tesla dealerships. A month ago, I saw France blew up a dealership. So this isn't just an American thing.
Well, they get it cracking over there.
Tesla sales are down all over the world.
Well, this is what he gets for making a company political.
I mean, yeah, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? You're supporting a party that's obsessed with taking rights away from people.
Him.
What the fuck?
He should have known better. You were a company doing amazingly, and sadly, they learn only when they lose shit.
Yep.
You're learning now.
My guy said,
pretty American.
This is the party of caring and empathy. I thought I could talk shit about them, and they can still give me money afterwards.
Yes. He's out here talking.
What are you, fucking
shit.
stupid? I noticed people who lack empathy always use the definition wrong. They always confuse it with sympathy. Sympathy is feeling sorry for someone in a fucked up situation. Empathy is simply trying to understand someone else's views.
Someone else's shoes.
Putting yourself in someone else's shoes. So if you fucking hate someone and you want them to go away, empathy allows you to put yourself in their shoes, study their weaknesses, so you can properly obliterate the shit out of them. Yeah, you're a narcissist billionaire who's trying to take over the world, and losing money is your biggest fear. And
it's happening.
I'm not gonna fucking condone blowing up cars.
Domestic terrorism.
But they're saying they're not gonna stop until he has to apply for food stamps.
They're gonna be doing that shit for a
That
while.
they're putting themselves in his shoes and seeing that a lot of his net worth is tied into Tesla. And he purchased Twitter using Tesla stock as collateral.
Wow. I think that's why he said, who's organizing this? It's like
he thinks people are getting paid to protest, but
they're doing
he doesn't think about the fact that people genuinely hate him. I don't think we should be burning Teslas to boycott because Tesla's already making themselves look bad. Nearly all Cybertrucks have been recalled because Tesla used the wrong glue. The glue took this long to wear off, and parts of the car are flying off while people are driving. People are posting videos of the bumper like easily peeling off. The side of the car is just flying off while driving.
So people are surprised that a car that looks like it belongs in N64 is fucking up?
He's not a Nazi, but before the Nazi salute, he wrote an op-ed in a German newspaper supporting the AfD, which is the far-right party in Germany. They have election posters like this.
These motherfuckers.
They're doing the Roman salute.
No. It ain't the one because she got her left hand. It's unity. It's a roof over your family.
Over.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so after he did the salute, he then spoke via Zoom at an AfD rally, telling Germans to not be ashamed of their past. A photographer miraculously got this photo where someone waved a flag in front of the screen, and the flag is making it. It looks like he has a Hitler mustache. He's not a Nazi though.
Okay.
He's not a Nazi though. Okay. But here's a clip of Elon's dad on a podcast talking about meeting Elon's mom's parents.
Like an evil Al Pacino.
He does.
When we were going out,
yeah,
she still going out. I her parents, by the way, were very fanatical in favor of apartheid. This is quite interesting. Her parents came to South Africa from Canada because they sympathized with the Afrikaner government. They used to support Hitler and all that sort of stuff. But they didn't know, obviously, I don't think they knew what the Nazis were doing. But they in Canada, they were in the German party in Canada, and they sympathized with the Germans.
Yeah.
So when the Afrikaners government came into power here in 1948, then May's father, who was quite an interesting guy.
All the scientific shit that they were experimenting on in the camps, in concentration camps, a lot of that stuff that they learned, they did it down there in South Africa. The tactics to separate people, the tactics to just purify people and shit.
He was like, they supported the Nazis, but they didn't know.
They didn't know that.
They didn't.
No, wait. He went Nazi. He went, wait, Germany.
The German, Hitler. They supported Hitler.
They supported,
but they didn't know.
German.
The granddad, Elon's mom's dad, he was also part of a movement called technocracy. It's a cult of nerds trying to take over the world.
And he became a leading figure in a movement called the technocracy.
The whole planet Earth is in danger of total destruction. Technocracy is a scientific approach to human affairs.
Technocrats believed in removing all politicians. Instead, scientists and engineers would run the world. They wore grey uniforms, held mass recruitment rallies, and even changed their names to numbers such as 1X1809. Above all, technocrats vowed to use science to solve the greatest problems facing mankind.
Isn't his son the name of that shit?
Yeah, his son's name is X-12.
His name is Beep Boop Bop Boop.
Bro, Elon is a genius who knows everything, but he doesn't know about his own family history. And this is a coincidence.
Coincidence?
Or
I think not.
He's fully aware of his family history and he's trying to continue what they started.
I think he's playing idiot or playing the game. I don't know what that is. Beep bop boop, get over here. Like, what the fuck? Holy shit. And why they look like they belong in that Pink Floyd shit?
Son, they look like they're in BioShock or some shit. Look at this, son.
That was the idea of BioShock.
This
Fallout.
He deadass tried to start a movement and it kind of backfired
because of his lack of fucking social skills.
All that shit for nothing.
The world is in South Africa.
People were trying to say he's a Nazi. Like, deadass, this guy, the most swagless human being of all time, who jumps on stage looking like the fucking Singular Wireless logo and shit. Deadass, he's a Nazi. Yeah, the concept of Nazis coming back is scary, but the execution is goofy as fuck. In Lincoln Heights, Ohio, it was a bunch of fucking dorks with masks waving Nazi flags around. A group of people came, they got close enough to grab a flag and burn it, and the Nazis got scared and
they jumped in their fucking U-Haul truck and fucking drove off.
They were trying to scare people, but they ended up making shit worse for themselves. Did you see the update?
No.
Everybody in Lincoln Heights out Nazi hunting. Shit going on. Yo, he got that heavy machinery.
They got optics on this shit.
Everywhere. Man, the YNs are ready to crash. Yo.
Man them.
Yo, shout out to the YNs, bro.
They do something productive.
People love talking shit about them, but nah, every generation has
their YNs.
Good kids. We are not promoting violence. We are simply spreading awareness on the dangers of being a bitch-ass Nazi in 2025.
There's no space for y'all motherfuckers now.
The revolution is about to be televised. Y'all picked the right time and the right guys are popping up.
Again, Adam, Lincoln Heights Protectors is what people in the village are calling armed men who are staking out, and it's pretty jarring to see. It's all because of that protest by neo-Nazis that you see right here. When we went to Lincoln Heights today, we noticed tents and a car parked on a corner as you enter Lincoln Heights off Vision Way, where that rally took place. We saw 2 men armed with shotguns, and these people are now guarding the community dubbed the Lincoln Heights Protectors by religious leaders and neighbors.
I thank God for them. I am grateful that they are out there doing that. I wish I could disagree with it. I wish I could say it's irresponsible. I wish I could say it's not a good look for our community. I stopped this morning and gave them coffee and a hug.
This is American freedom of speech.
We finally got some uplifting news. The guys who were Nazi enough to do actual Nazi shit, their empire still collapsed.
There were still anti-Nazi motherfuckers who took them out. That's the other part. And now it's now. You're in Ohio. It's an open carry state. Other people, the people who you're trying to bother, also, they're armed. Let's solve this problem as a community. Community watch.
I like to look at racist Twitter and like MAGA TikTok and conspiracy theories on True Social. And Trump supporters who aren't Nazis find it funny that Democrats are worried about Nazis.
Oh.
They just like watching Democrats upset.
So they don't agree that their party has a lot of them.
They don't acknowledge that part for some reason.
Okay.
And then the Trump supporters who are Nazis, a lot of them believe the American government lies to us all the time. So they also lied to us about World War II.
Never heard that shit.
They're like, they rewrite history all the time. Have you never heard of the Mandalorian effect? The woke left changed the spelling of the Berenstain Bears, so they also changed the history books to make it look like Hitler was the bad guy.
Go ask your fucking grandfather.
It's like, bro.
Grandpa didn't go through that shit?
Bro, so, yeah, I don't know.
That's wild.
So, yeah, most of these Nazis are anonymous, but the ones who show their face, again, they look like they're too pussy to do actual Nazi shit. People are just comfortable being racist. There's a video of a guy yelling white power in the Bronx. Did you see that?
No. Let's watch this shit.
Blood money, come get your blood money. Come get your blood money, fuckers. I pulled your damn card. I pulled your fucking card. I pulled your fucking card.
What you talking about?
I'm leaving, dude.
What you talking about?
I'm not fucking with them.
What you talking about?
They start fucking with me.
You talking about white power though?
No, I'm fucking.
You in the Bronx?
They started it.
You in the? Hold on. Don't move.
They started it. Sorry.
Boom, bop, boom, boom, bing, bop. Fucking bugging, nigga. White power. Boom, 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 bop, boom, 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 bop, boom, boom, bop. White power what? White power what? What happened? White power what? Fuck out of you in the Bronx, nigga. Are you dumb? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You said white power what, right? White.
This guy walking up the block has a bag of groceries. He's like, white power, right? And he puts his bag down and immediately gets in a stance like he's ready to squabble up.
Power what? You in the Bronx. You in the wrong hood. White power what? White power what? White power what? Boom, 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 boom. What? White say, nigga? Boom, boom. Niggas. Okay. Say you love niggas. Say you love niggas. Say you. Say you love niggas. Say you love niggas. Fuck out of here. Donald Trump got y'all niggas fucked up. Let him go. Let him go. That's it. Run, nigga. Run. Run, nigga. Run up the block, nigga. Before I your stupid ass.
Did he think saying white power was gonna be like Thundercats? He thought he was gonna get magic powers saying that shit?
I'm leaving. He's like, nah, you bugging. They fucking hawked two at his face.
Both of them did. And they had accuracy. That shit, yo.
Bro. Donald Trump got you fucked up.
Should have known better.
You in the Bronx.
Go say that shit in Long Island, man.
In Harlem, there's a pastor named James David Manning. Lately, he's been using social media to share his opinions on politics.
It's the will of God that God would turn these Republican senators into bleeding vaginas that can't stop the bleeding. It's the will of God that God is exposing American white men to the world as being some of the spineless people that have ever walked upright on planet Earth. Especially Billy Bob and Billy Joe and all the F-150 crowd, how he's making MAGA, not MAGA, but he's making them maggots. They're making them social maggots. It is the will of God that these white men standing in the well of the Congress and the House or standing in the governor's seat or the Senate seat, it's the will of God that they be exposed as spineless, as cojonaless, as peeleless. They are probably now known around the world as the most sickest, weakest, despicable group of men that ever walked upright on planet Earth.
I haven't gone to church in a while, but that gave me the Holy Spirit.
Gave me MNN vibes. Where is this on? I'll watch this.
This is his Instagram.
I'll donate some money to this motherfucker. Vote for me as mayor. Yo.
I didn't even see that.
He got aspirations.
Manningformayor.com. I was so
I saw it here.
I was so distracted by his words.
A hellfire. He was fucking spitting.
He also went viral like a month before this.
Here's the example of MAGA. So a man goes to the bathroom and he poops in the bathroom. There's no toilet paper. And so to clean himself, he uses his hand because there's nothing else. So he cleans himself with his hand. Now, he doesn't want to do it. Then he gets up from pooping and he doesn't clean his hands. Then he goes and gets in bed with his wife and he begins to touch her. He begins to wrap his hands and arms around his wife. The unclean, pooped on hands, he wraps around his wife. And he doesn't ever wash his hands. Well, the Lord said to me this morning in prayer that that's what MAGA is. They know that Trump is poop. They know it. They know that Trump is a diarrhea poop. They know Trump is poop. And they put their hands into the poop to support Trump.
The first video was better. So. He lost my donation for this.
A diarrhea poop.
Why he sound like a fucking 3-year-old? That
sounds like Pete Hegseth. He doesn't wash his hands.
He ain't wrong, I guess. Yo, because you know, in the past 10 years, like Pete said, you know he had diarrhea more than once. At the end of the day, Pete Hegseth is MAGA. Caca hands.
Here's what he has to say about Pete Hegseth.
Oh my God.
Trump, where are the black people for your cabinet? I mean, everybody you appoint is a billionaire, either a billionaire or a rapist, a sex freak, or an alcoholic. Where are the black people, Trump? I mean, you got a whole cadre of sex freak, rapists, sexual molesters that you want to lead the Justice Department. Damn, Trump. Whoa. Couldn't you find some black people that are just as vile as Peter Hegseth and that Gates boy? Couldn't you find some people just as vile as Robert Kennedy? Couldn't you find somebody just as vile as all them other freaks that you're trying to put inside of the FBI? Trump! I mean, we got black rapists too. Trump. Yo, we got black freaks like that Kennedy boy. We got black crazy people with bugs in their brain. Why all these freaks gotta be white?
He ain't wrong. He just won my vote again. Donations. He's wondering why everybody in his cabinet is fucking white deviants. She's like, ain't no black deviants in your shit? You couldn't find any you agreed with?
We got black people with bugs in their brains.
Yo. He is a character. It seems like his swag leveled up compared to other videos. You got confident now. We're living in the time of speaking up.
Yeah, dude, this is a more important time than ever to speak up.
For real.
The Proud Boys vandalized a historically black church in Washington, D.C. The church sued and won. And they now own the trademark to the Proud Boys name.
Wow.
I'm telling you,
That was
the timeline is healing. Like
that was the illest Uno card reverse. Yo, what the fuck?
Yo, I'm telling you,
and they're selling the fucking t-shirts still. Like trying to make money with these motherfuckers. We got the fucking logo. Yo, that's amazing.
Speaking of Christians, Kanye West has been a real rascal lately. He announced the return of Sunday service. Remember
when
that?
he had that church, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where he would have gospel choirs,
live music,
and he just announced that.
Are you serious?
The new Sunday service logo.
For real?
Looks a lot like the Nazi SS.
The SS. The lightning. This motherfucker. Holy shit.
You don't approve of it?
This motherfucker's serious?
Then, open casting call. Ye is putting together a hooligan choir to give the sound of the Vulture's #1 song, Carnival. All male, no fat people, the skin complexion of Sean Combs and darker, with shaved heads or must be willing to shave head if approved, must be comfortable wearing swastikas.
You know people showed up. You know people showed up. Yo, his HR guy is fucking...
He doesn't have an HR guy.
He's sweating.
He is his own HR guy.
Makes sense.
So then, he then posted this.
Who made that shit?
He has a swastika diamond chain on a KKK robe. But look, exactly. Yeah, it's not a normal KKK. It's like Yeezy KKK.
It's leather.
It's like high-end luxury streetwear KKK.
Some True Detective first season shit. What the fuck? This motherfucker.
Remember Nick Fuentes?
Yeah.
The Mexican neo-Nazi who went famous for saying "your body, my choice" after Trump won. Kanye and Nick Fuentes had dinner with Trump a few years back, and they just reunited.
Yo, you know I'm here with my white supremacist homeboy Nick. We back.
He's rocking that swag sticker.
Yo, with his fucking Bond villain grill and shit.
He's been very into Nazis lately. Did you see his Twitter rampage where he just tweeted like a bazillion times in like a span of one day? This started happening February, and he's just been canceling himself. I tour for the money. I'd rather be playing Last of Us Part 1 and 2, which was made by Jewish people. Good job. Thank you.
What? Yo, he needs a staff member to watch over him, son.
I'm racist. Stereotypes exist for a reason, and they all be true.
He became everybody's racist uncle.
I turned down 3 photos this week with Make-A-Wish kids in wheelchairs. Why would you say that?
Fuck them kids.
Why is it? Why? That's not a flex, bruh.
Oh my god. Son. At 5 a.m. he wrote that shit.
I love Hitler. Now what, bitches? I gotta bleep when I say Hitler because I don't want people clipping. I love
Hitler. Man, a song out of you shit. 521.
So hold on, that was after 10
Right
minutes
right
after. I got in the shower and thought of like 6 tweets. Let me see what I can remember. So
writing his brainstorm.
The very next 3 tweets was, I'm gonna normalize talking about Hitler the way they talking about killing N-words has been normalized. Hitler was so fresh a minute afterward. Call me Yadolf Hitler and your bitch still wants to fuck. What? What?
Adolf. Yo. That is fucking clever as shit.
Adolf.
Hitler.
That is clever. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happily out of touch.
He's off the ground, son.
I channeled Andrew Tate on a few of these tweets.
And that's the highest views of all of them.
I'm like, oh, he's an Andrew Tate fan. That's interesting. For those who aren't aware of who Andrew Tate is, he is a modern day internet philosopher who teaches men how to be a high value alpha male who fucks mad bitches.
Gotcha.
I'm not the target audience, but that keeps popping up on my feed. And I'll press not interested, but it keeps popping up anyway. I mean, Andrew Tate doesn't talk about Nazis, but he is known for being controversial and saying whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
They both had similar responses to Elon Musk doing the Nazi salute. Here's what Kanye thought. Elon stole my Nazi swag at the inauguration. Yo, my guy, get your own third rail. And here is Andrew Tate's response.
My heart goes out to all of you. You know, I'm kind of thinking we should bring the Nazi salute back. Because the people we've been arguing with for the last 4 years have no interest in objective truth. Hail SpaceX!
Obviously, I don't think he's a Nazi. He's just trying to be controversial.
I don't even know what to say. This all seems like a movie of parody. This seems like Idiocracy, but with just racism.
And kids love this guy. Like, teachers around America are reporting. Middle school kids are repeating Andrew Tate quotes and getting their balls kicked by girls.
They're never gonna drop it.
So anyway,
Holy crap.
Another thing Kanye and Andrew Tate have in common is they both call themselves geniuses. But here's Kanye's views on reading.
Also, when you said I hadn't read this book, I actually haven't read any book. Reading is like eating Brussels sprouts for me.
He's a genius, but he doesn't read.
He doesn't eat vegetables.
He doesn't need to read.
And this is the representation we're giving out to the world for us. That's fucking wild.
All right, now here's Andrew Tate's views on reading.
Oh shit.
Reading books is for middle brain losers. It's a brain masturbation, bullshit cowardice. I'm learning so much without risk. You've learned nothing. Winners act. Losers read.
People think that just because you have money, you know something that they don't. You know?
Well, clearly it's working for him. Another thing Kanye and Andrew have in common is Kanye has shown interest in running for president. And Andrew Tate recently announced he's running for Prime Minister of the UK.
Wow.
The Bruv Party. BRUV. Britain Restoring Underlying Values.
Ladies and gentlemen of the United Kingdom, my name is Andrew Tate. I'm the leader of the Bruv Party, Britain Restoring Underlying Values. And I'm here to introduce myself to you as the only hope and chance for the once Great Britain to repair itself from the eternal decline we are unfortunately being subjected to. I'm extremely rich and very successful. And although this has not brought me much happiness or any new friends, it has certainly increased the variety and capability of my enemies. These people do not understand that the world is changing. The youth is with us. And with time, as these people grow old and die, and the youth stays mobilized, we can take our countries back. They will also delegitimize me by saying I'm accused of terrible, heinous acts. But please understand, it was the UK Foreign Office that initially instructed the Romanians to do this. I'm living inside of a very corrupt country, and this is an easy play. So every time I tell the truth about society, they can slander me with accusations.
Do you notice how he has this like nightmare blunt rotation vibe? Like he never looks happy. Every time I see him talking, he looks angry. Every time I hear him talk about fucking, he doesn't like these women. He even said, I have money, but I don't have a lot of friends. Like, yeah,
it's lonely at the top.
You're shocked? Like, my dude.
I think it's pretty obvious.
He has fucking arresting serial killer face every time I see him talk.
Like I said, he has shark eyes in that fucking other video and shit. He don't look happy at all.
I'm not trying to say they're gay, but they talk like what a gay guy imagines straight guys talk about.
He's a fucking woman's nightmare.
Look at this shit. Sex is for making children. Any man who has sex with women because it feels good is gay. Oh, my pee-pee feels good. This is great. In fact, if you are 40 with less than 5 children, you're probably gay. All that feel-good pee-pee sex and hardly any genetic legacy. He says he has kids, but
it's weird as fuck. Anybody who has sex for fun, something's wrong with you.
He also said, being impressed by a woman's beauty is super gay.
Cobra Tate.
And then he said, men who are obsessed with being at the births of kids are gay. Oh my God, let's do it this way. OMG. Gay.
I had no idea this is how he spoke. I never really looked into him. So now this is fucking crazy. The fact that this is the message he gives out and he's so fucking like cared about, that's fucking wild.
There's now a trend. Men have now convinced each other that eyelashes are gay. So they're shaving their eyelashes off to look more masculine.
For real?
Eyelashes are there for a reason. They're supposed to protect your eyeballs from dust and shit.
What the fuck is going on, man? Am I staying indoors too much? Cause
No. You're doing fine.
This is fucking crazy.
They're trapped in the internet, getting gaslit by incel propaganda.
Cut his eyelashes.
Son, eyelashes protect your eyeballs, and he's gonna have itchy ass eyeballs after
Man,
that.
bug gonna go up his shit.
There's multiple videos. This is a trend.
Papi chulos.
Okay, so dudes are watching this unironically, but then it's the same conversations over and over.
It's a bubble.
So they start to then talk about politics more. Remember the Christian Nazi Red Pill podcast where they were talking about if you're not being called a Nazi,
you're not doing enough.
If you are not being called a Nazi, then you are not pushing against the post-war consensus hard enough. You're not. If you're not being called a racist, then you probably at some level have given in to anti-white discrimination. If you're not being called a misogynist, then you are probably not teaching the clear principles of Scripture as it pertains to men and women.
They're back with a new hot take.
The background got nicer. Got more support since Trump got it.
In a nutshell, in general, I don't want to see women in the public sphere. You mean they shouldn't hold political office? Correct. You mean you don't want to see them podcasting? Correct. Well, but what about in the marketplace, with 9 to 5, careers? No, not that either. Like I don't want to see women holding positions in the public square. I don't.
A righteous wife or woman is to be seen in a room, but your opinion doesn't matter.
Like they're going out of their way to talk mad shit, and they're shocked when women see them talking shit. These guys are setting up a singles event, and women aren't showing up.
And they're surprised.
So they're offering free tickets.
Yo.
We actually have room for 5 more single women who are 25 years or older so that they can come and join us both at the conference and for the singles event that will be taking place at the conference. We are hoping to fill up our singles event, and finding godly Christian single women has been, I'll just say, much more difficult than finding godly Christian single men.
They're out there. They just don't want to fucking talk to y'all bum asses.
It's like,
yo, there's entire apps about Christian dating. They just don't want to go to your shit.
Yo.
So they could be sat down and told to not talk.
I love this. Like, these guys are obsessed with free speech. Like, yeah, you're free to say what you want. But
shut the fuck up.
You're also free to shut the fuck up and not snitch on yourself.
It's like before they were called incels, but now they're all popping up with their own clans and shit.
Well, incel women also have their own version of this shit. It's called pink pill.
Oh my god.
Women who've never been through the trial and error of learning how to date a good guy, so they think good men don't exist. The difference is incel men helped Trump win, and incel women didn't do shit. So,
oh my god! So this is a whole other fucking corner of the internet that most people don't know exists.
Another popular manosphere guy is Myron from the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Here's him getting asked about going down on women.
I really don't.
You've never done it in your life?
No, I've done it in my life.
So yes.
But the last time I did it was 2014. I remember specifically.
What?
Yeah, never again.
Why?
Female vaginas are disgusting.
No, they're not.
Do you eat vagina? Exactly. Point proven.
No point proven.
You don't do it. Why should I do it?
For me, what I don't understand is like why it's such a stern no, because why wouldn't you want to please your woman? You know, because have you not ever seen...
Like I said before, it's a woman's job to please a man, not the other way around.
No, that is actually ridiculous. When it comes to being intimate and in the bedroom, it's not. It's like, when you do something for someone, have you not seen how, and they like it, have you not seen how much they perform better? And I'm not just talking sexually, like in general.
I don't want to sound like an asshole, but a woman's ejaculation is irrelevant. You only need one ejaculation to create life, and that's the man's. Now, with that said, does that mean I'm not going to please my girl or whatever? Of course I will, but it's elective.
Definitely shit in bed.
The fans of his podcast were a little annoyed for a while now. He's been saying shit that sounds very pro-Nazi. He's been caught trying to enter white-only Twitter spaces when he's clearly not white, and they'll just kick him off and call him the N-word and shit.
What does he expect?
I already don't trust this guy for advice. So I'm like, I wouldn't even trust someone like that for a fucking movie recommendation. But here's the kind of movies he recommends. Europa is the most based documentary. Have you heard of this?
No.
Europa: The Last Battle is a 12-hour revisionist film marketed as a documentary, but it's actually conspiracies about Jews in World War II and how they think the Holocaust wasn't real and that Hitler was just doing what's best for his country.
Thanks to the wreck.
Now, I actually saw people mentioning this movie recently in the comments of Bryce Mitchell. Have you seen that? Yeah. Where he's talking about the fucking...
Hitler wasn't that bad.
Okay, now, I'm not...
That's what he said.
I'm not a UFC guy, but this video had me cracking the fuck...
I honestly think that Hitler was a good guy based upon my own research, not my public education indoctrination. I really do think before Hitler got on meth, he was a guy to go fishing with. He fought for his country. He wanted to purify it by kicking the greedy Jews out that were destroying his country and turning them all into gays. They were gaying out the kids. They were queering out the women. They were queering out the dudes. They were, you know what her first tranny surgery ever was? Happened to be in Germany before Hitler took over. You know the books that everybody makes fun of Hitler burning? You know what the books was? Queer books. Hitler burned queer books.
Look at the guy's face. He's like...
a bunch of queers destroying his nation. They can't produce children.
But what about
when he got on meth and he turned on Russia? I believe that's when he kind of went full nutty.
He went a little nutty. That's when
he went nutty.
He's like, oh, Hitler in his prime rookie years. Oh, he was
Before
a good guy.
He needed performance-enhancing medication.
But every time I see people reposting that clip, it always cuts off after a minute. But I looked at the actual episode, and there's way more.
I heard it gets worse.
Did you see?
No, but I heard it was bad.
Oh, my God.
The best dude ever. And when I say I go fishing with him, I'm not saying he was the most trustworthy dude or I'd love him or whatever. But at some point in Hitler's life, I don't think he was that bad of a guy. I really don't.
Between
But these Jews were controlling his country, bro. Now that he lost the war, he's the bad guy.
It's
Elon is
bad to take out a whole, like, to put
bad.
all race
Yes.
in the camps. When
Right,
there's
right,
Jewish
and
there's
that's
Jewish
what
people
your
that are
public
working-
education will tell you, Rolly, because you believe your public education because you haven't done your own research. When you realize there's no possible way they could have burned and cremated 6 million bodies,
I
you're
didn't
going
say
to realize
that. What I'm
that
saying
they
is-
did not. The Holocaust ain't real.
Oh, this is also the first episode of his podcast. this is
What a way to show up.
And I don't believe that he's that bad of a guy, but I'm saying all this about Hitler to say that, if anything, Elon Musk would be against Hitler because Hitler, he was for freedom. Elon Musk is for control. Elon Musk wants to put a chip up your ass and know every thought and control every move that you make. Hitler just wanted to free his people in his prime. Now, when he got on meth, I do think he went bad.
I need to move this a little closer to me, or if you'll scoot a little to the right.
But we can't talk about the Holocaust like it was a real thing in front of me because I don't believe it. I don't buy the bullshit that they try to tell you at the public school.
I think that
smiling.
The biggest issue, there are things that you said, like Germany was in a bad place, and Hitler was like super pro Germany and all of those things. But when you take a whole, like what we did to the Japanese during World War II.
Hitler in his prime was based on my own research.
His research. So there's no possibility that his shit could be fucking fake or wrong.
He doesn't trust public school indoctrination.
Indoctrination.
They know I had to say, yeah, he has a fight coming up, but because of freedom of speech, we can't do anything. Like, but this guy's a fucking idiot. This is the guy who drilled his nuts. And I'm like, wait, what? I found out he was drilling something. He didn't have a tool belt, so he puts the drill in his pants like it's a gun. The drill goes off, and his left testicle was tangled around the entire drill. And he tried to take it off by hand, and it didn't work. So he had to put the drill in reverse, and that worked.
They released it.
So we're listening.
He cheddar-bobbed himself.
We're listening to history from a guy who drilled his nuts.
Cheddar-bobbed himself with a fucking drill. What do we expect from someone who takes punches to the face as a job?
That's true. That's true.
This is CTE. Most accurate.
After Elon did the salute, my favorite content for a while was people defending him by doing the salute on camera as a way to support Elon or as a way.
Wow.
Like,
read the room.
You didn't see any of this?
No.
Okay, so.
I saw Tate earlier.
All right, so again, people who aren't Nazis think it's funny to see Democrats
get
upset
by associating your name to that shit's crazy.
There was a Twitter account that was posting Nazi memes, and then every now and then there would be a picture of this like innocent looking blonde white girl. And everyone's like, who is this blonde white girl? Well, what is she? This isn't her. It can't be her. To prove it is her, she posted a picture of herself.
The fuck?
She's doing the salute with the duck face. She puts her name and the date, and it says, yes, I'm real.
But isn't she doing with the wrong arm?
I don't think they know. She deadass thinks she's cute right now.
This is fucking... I don't even know what to say.
So then she posted this. I got fired.
Why? What did I do that was so wrong?
I'm like, why are you throwing your life away to defend Nazis?
Musk.
Even not even you're just being a dick.
Holy shit, man.
And this was like a trend.
To get fired?
I don't think there was a real estate agent who used the salute on a TikTok commercial.
My heart goes out to you if you're looking for a home. Come check this one out. No, seriously, my heart does go out to you guys. Plenty of room to store all your shit. And this is your kitchen. Whirlpool appliances. Perfect bathtub. And a walk-in closet. So for my buyers, my heart does go out to you. If you're looking for a home in Mayor's Ranch, give your girl a call.
That's how she edited. She ended the video with Elon Musk doing the salute and her full name and phone number.
It makes you wonder how people are able to get so far, and then they prove to you their true selves, and you're like, oh, you a jabroni. What
She's trying to.
What does that have to do with anything?
Is she trying to only sell a house to Nazis?
That
or?
makes sense. I
And
only want you if you like to give me your heart,
I don't know.
or if you accept my heart to you.
For some weird reason, she got fired afterwards.
For some weird reason.
A lady just had to deal with this guy in a car doing the salute to her, and she recorded him.
I'll do it on camera. What's your name? 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 Why are you shaking? You scared? You're shaking.
She found him on Facebook. She found him on Instagram. At first, I was like, why is she saying, what's your name? What's your name? I'm like, he's not going to say his name. That's fucking stupid.
He said his last name and everything.
But then he said his name.
With his last name and everything.
What's your name? Why are you shaking?
With his last name, too. Yo. Was he saying German shit, too, while his arm was out?
I think he was just doing a racist stereotype.
What's your name? What's your name?
And this is them trying.
They don't look like believable Nazis.
I feel like real Nazis are mad quiet about it.
Yeah, I don't know what the rule of Nazism is, but I'm pretty sure.
I could guess.
Don't tell people you're a Nazi.
It's the fucking mafia and shit.
Here's a lady on TikTok shop using the Elon Musk salute to sell heart supplements.
My heart goes out to y'all. Heartbeats by Snap Supplements is formulated to support the heart and overall immune support. Heartbeats comes in powdered form, sticks on the go, and chews, making supporting your heart health easy. Click on the link below and choose the one that's best for you. And remember, Heather loves y'all.
Why would he do that, though?
For some weird reason, she deleted the video afterwards.
I could guess why. But what the fuck is the point, son?
She deleted the video and then posted an apology afterwards. No one else posted an apology. So let's see what she has to say.
This is for all the Jews that could have possibly been offended by my video from, I think it was last week, where I was doing the Elon Musk salute, and a lot of people were calling me a Nazi, and I'm not a Nazi, so I want to apologize to all the Jews. Hopefully I did not hurt anyone's feelings. So I don't have TV at home, and I didn't watch the inaugurations, and I looked up what was trending, and it was the Elon Musk salute saying my heart goes out to you. And I was doing a post for Heartbeats was the name of the supplement, and then I looked up what everybody was calling me in the salute and saw what it was and what it stands for and everything. But anyway, saying all that, I just want to apologize to the Jews and tell the Jews I'm sorry. That didn't hurt y'all in any way.
She said, tell the Jews I'm sorry. I tried and they blocked me. Like, what the fuck? She said, I didn't know it was a Nazi salute.
I didn't see
it. I looked up what was trending and saw Elon Musk.
His heart salute. His heart for everybody.
She knows what a Nazi is, but she's never seen them do the salute. Wow.
And then she did it straight. She went fucking full on full on out and everything. I think I've seen her feet getting at the bottom of this shit.
It's like, I didn't know.
For the Jews.
Tell the Jews I'm sorry. They were dead ass trying to like normalize this shit. So by the time the plans work,
I was one of the first ones.
I don't know, but
there's documentation about I was the first one.
You're trying to own the libs Like they think it's a gotcha moment, but you got yourself fired. One of the first examples we saw was actually on the podcast. Remember when Tony Hinchcliffe was at the Trump rally in Madison Square Garden? He called Puerto Rico a land of garbage. Yeah. And then outside, a Trump supporter was looking for Nazis. Remember?
Oh, word, yeah.
Let's watch this clip again with what we know now. Like at the time, it was shocking because no one else was making Nazi jokes like this.
Oh, word. They're like, how about that?
Oh, like, so.
Hey, we heard that Nazis were supposed to be here. That's what Hillary Clinton said. So we out here to see. Have you seen a Nazi today?
We are the Nazi party. Yes. Yeah.
Yo, I'm white though. I'm
the Nazi right here. Yes. Yeah. Dominican Nazi.
Dominican Nazi.
Latina
Nazi. We got.
Oh, I'm the black Nazi.
Black Nazi.
The biggest blackest Nazi you ever seen in your life.
I'm the Jewish Nazi. The Jewish Nazi. Hey, listen, I'm the cool Nazi.
I'm the white Nazi.
I'm Mr. Cool himself. He out here, baby.
He's the white
My
Nazi.
white Nazi.
And he's the white Nazi.
White Nazi.
He's the all united here to make Donald J. Trump the 47th president of the United States.
Stop listening to the media.
I was wondering, what does he think now with all this? Yeah, I'm like,
shit.
So then I looked on his Instagram. The video is still up. The comments was like, "That's right, baby. United we stand." It's beautiful to see the real America standing there together as one. I love that people are so over all the labels they throw at normal Americans who just want to live decently in a strong country. America.
This is fucking nuts.
So I'm like, hold on. Then I saw there's pictures. He took pictures. Palestinians for Trump.
Wappy wepa.
When Trump Gaza opens, they're gonna be first ones there.
Got first class tickets.
Golden statues and money raining from the sky, and
I did it earlier. Yo, this is fucking crazy. He was serious about what he was saying.
This photo has aged like milk. The Jews are like, hey, we used to hate Nazis until we met this guy. And this lady's like, oh my God, a black one.
I want to be part of the picture.
Oh.
Holy shit, don't miss me.
Bro.
Hope he does his job.
We don't have to talk shit about them. They're making themselves look stupid.
We can't come up with this shit. They're even better at destroying their own character.
Hey, freedom of speech. You are free to destroy your own reputation.
You have that freedom at least.
And we are free to spread awareness on how not to end up like them so you don't get roasted on podcasts. Send in your best. Heart goes out to you, Salute. We would love to show it on here.
Don't forget to add your Instagrams, your fucking Facebooks, your MySpace. Holy fuck.
You might win a prize.
You might get one of these.
Before this, we actually filmed a bonus episode where we discussed topics that have nothing to do with any of this. Just to have extra content, but also as a way to promote this. And we're using this episode to promote that. So if you want to see why we're wearing these cool guy hats, you got to check out the pregame show.
So it's been another eye-opening episode. My monthly dose of terror.
Thank you for watching. I'm your host, Elon Schmuck. This is my guest co-host / cousin Soilo. Thank you for watching the #1 news source on buffoonery.
Shenanigans.
We will do our best to keep you updated. Like, subscribe, click the bell notification. Stay safe out there.
My heart goes out to you. But my hand's not going up though.
I'm gonna delete that shit.
I was gonna do it for a second. I was like, nah, chill.
Nah,
chill.
We just had a whole segment
I know.
on why not to do
I'm
it.
gonna be a part of the segment next episode. This buffoon did this last. He's no longer a host.
But rather than giving like a really big
long speech. I feel like I could just use this, and this will tell you that I think it's good, right? So like that's a fist, American flag, fire. So I'll just, from now on, when we do things where like we agree, I'll just hold this up rather than giving like a really big long speech. So job well done, guys.
Would the gentleman yield?
Sure, I'll yield.
But I'm not sure everybody recognizes the reference there. Would you explain where that comes from?
Yeah, so this is how when we're in like a chat with friends, right, where we're like having a casual chat about like where we're dropping missiles.
Are you talking about a public chat room?
Yeah, but like, and with friends, and we're just like, hamming about who we're gonna bomb and all of that. But we agree, we fist American flag fire. So I'm holding this up. I think we could just keep the committee shorter if like when we agree, we just hold this up.
No, I think you're supposed to have the flexed arm instead of the fist.
No, it was just
Okay.
it was just the fist. What signal chat are you in?
I
was on Twitter.
If the gentleman would yield for an additional question,
Sure.
But what happens if there are reporters who might be there for that?
Well, hopefully they support America, and that it's fire.
So you're telling me we can't have a bipartisan conversation among members of the committee without a journalist being there?
Well, we can, but if you don't add them, if you don't want them to know.
And what if they just happen to show up somehow?
Well, that's because somebody added them.